Shifting gears, Irungu Ndwati, the chief principal of Highway Secondary School here in Nairobi, has mastered the art of juggling between academics and sports, and doing so with the finesse of a tooth comb. In 2022, he steered Highway Secondary School to winning the national boys soccer title at the school games competition as they went ahead to make impression at the East Africa School Games, where they earned a runners-up finish. And as Steve Shitera now reports, the administrator cum talent identifier hasn't forgotten the value and importance of academics, keeping the school's flag high.
Irungu Ndwati is literally on the highway, racing for the top honors in sports and academics.
What was my share in building the nation?
And in a country where education is regarded as the key to success, and every resource channeled to it, Ndwati believes education and sports go hand in hand.
Humphrey Aroko had 185 marks. He's in Form 3 now, and is the top 20 in school. He will make a university grade. Lennox Kimani is now in the first team of Kariobangi Sharks. He was voted the most valuable player in East Africa.
4 of his students who were in the team that won the 2022 national title also proceeded to university, having met the cut-off points. They are Teddy Ochieng, who scored a B-, Joseph Amani, who managed a B-, Abraham Otieno with a C+, and Lennox Kimani, who also managed a C+. Tyrone Karaoke, who was also in the team, is now a national treasure, having starred in the Sekafa Under-18 tournament held late last year in Kisumu, and is now attracting the eye of international scouts. And with the rollout of the competency-based curriculum, Ndwati believes he is ahead of time.
I personally believe that CBC is an idea whose time came a long time ago, but we have delayed. And I think the problem is actually not the children. It is with us parents and teachers. We still want to compete. But I always say that if you tell all the animals to compete in climbing trees, the elephant and the shark will always lose, and the monkeys will win. And that is what we've been doing. So CBC is able to exploit the talents of all the people.
At his workstation, this trophy is proudly displayed in his office, is a manifestation of the hard work the school's football team under his tutelage has put up.
We keep saying that our interest is the development of the youngster. Winning comes later because they are in a developmental stage. If we win, we consider that a bonus. But when you develop players and they can make a living out of the sport, then we'll consider ourselves successful.
According to Ndwati, he has a long history with the Harambee Starlets coach Beldino Demba, who has made Highway Secondary an extra-county school a force to reckon with in the boys' football.
Since 2009, when I joined Highway Secondary School from Kangema High School, and I joined and came in with Coach Beldin Odemba, and we started to promote football, and we wanted to get our groove back.
Of course, everyone wants to win. Of course, I always want to win. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at the progress. What is happening? What are we doing? Are we on the right path?
Ndwati is promising to invest more in sports to make Highway Secondary School a center of talent excellence.
Including those who are in music, those who are in drama, those who are in science, those who are in sports, all of them, so that we do not look like you're competing for the same thing. So the question is not how intelligent a student is, how much they know. It is in what way is that student intelligent. So we need to look at this student, he's intelligent in football. The other one is intelligent in mathematics. So we don't measure all of them in football and say this one is more intelligent than the other, or in mathematics and say that this one is more intelligent than the other.
And as the football fraternity gears up for the FKF elections and hosting the AFCON 2027, Ndwati says there is a disconnect between the federations and the school sports management. A void, he says, must be quickly filled.
We also need to have more of the academies so that those who are talented are able to join the academies, that they don't have to go to the academies abroad. that we can have our own academies. I know there is going to be an Africa Soccer Academy which is going to be hosted by Rwanda, and I believe that will help our teams grow. But when we do proper academies, proper age competitions without age cheating, then you're going to develop a better national team, and our teams are going to do better.
And whether Ndwati will stay on at Highway Secondary to see through his plan, only time will tell. Steve Shitera, Sporty Monday, Nairobi.
Thank you, Steve, on that feature. And of course, probably Zita, you can come in. Of course, you spent some time with Beldin and of course working closely with the Irungu just to unearth talent right from the school games and probably feeding the clubs and the senior teams. What do you make of the progress and the work he's putting in there?
You know, one thing that you need to understand, it's when you have the height of doing all this. Because for him, he started not only in high school, but when he was doing in Kangemi, I think, when he was the principal there. So for him, iko ndani ya damu, nurturing these kids. I want to see if anyone has a talent. Not only actually football, they have a basketball there, we have a handball, and they're doing very well too. So for me, it's just the heart. If you have the heart of balancing both academic and games, it will take you far. And then they have both of them, they're working together, and they have the heart of nurturing talent. That is, Beldin has the heart of nurturing talents. You've seen a lot of some of the players that are doing very well in the under. They did very well in the under 18. And again, for me, aichukui si ati kitu ya kulala na kutoka utasema nataka kuanzisha timu. You have to, it's a process, passion, a lot of engagement, and the progress. Because handling kids is not like you're handling the big boys. They will go against the law, they will go against what, but again, it's how as a parent, how as a teacher, now you have to step in as a parent and again as a teacher on how to handle them. Maybe
if I can add on that, I remember those days when I was still in high school. You'll not have played for Friends School Kamsinga hockey team. That time, Simon Nabukois was the principal, if you're weak academically. And I think everyone, the team that dominated hockey for quite some time, between 2002 and 2004, scored A's. I think Tuambusho to maybe a B+ or something. So that importance of balancing talent and academics. And those days, Kamsinga were very good when it came to basketball, they were very good when it came to rugby, they were very good in drama, hockey, It's the same thing that happens with a team like, let's say, St. Anthony's Kitale, the hockey team and the football team. It's the same thing. But it also goes down to the will of the administration when it comes to supporting sports. I remember there was a time, there was a serious derby in Western Kenya between St. Anthony's Kitale and those days, St. Anthony, ilikuwa in region moja when it comes to regional games. And Cosmas Nabongolo was in charge of St. Anthony's Kitale as the principal, and Minish, walikuwa wanamuita Minish, was at Kakamega High School. I think when Minish left, football Kakamega ikaanza kwenda chini. Ni passion inakuja. Look at Kisumu Day. Daniel Mwaturu is doing a great job there. Look at Musingu High School. The principal is very passionate about football. So it goes down to casting also your net wide. I mean, you don't just get players from one region where you need to have a serious network where you have guys telling you there's some talent, some good talent here, there's some good talent. That goes down to how you relate with the community. That's the only way you can develop talent.
And Eunice, to you, there's the question of Central. I don't know if there's any study that has been done, but there's the perception Central aren't sporty. But look at Tyrone Kariuki. Actually, he traces his roots there. We've had Francis Kahata also coming from Central. So he's talked of talent, nurturing talent identification, and of course, walking the journey with them to ensure they fulfill their potential. Where do you think there is the disconnect?
In Central, it's not to say that we don't have talents. Talents equal. And then still the issue of Stadia, but we are struggling so much in a story of Stadia. Then kusema we have talents, issue ni when these guys, maybe they're done with Form 4, where do they go after that? Sababu, when you check mashinani, hizo activities are sub-county leagues and county leagues, guys are not active. Wame choose to go to other things, boda and doing other things to make money other than kutengeneza clubs and forming tournaments za keep busy. So what we are lacking in Central ni those leagues that are well mentored and sponsored to make sure that these talents and these young guys do not perish into this alcoholism and doing drugs and such things. But Storia Stadia Central lazima tutengenezewe if we want to make sure that our talents do not just potelea after guys are done with high school.
And the county government has a role to play in that.
Sure.
Shtera, probably wrap it up for...
I think if Irungu found me in my high school days, I'll be a very, very lethal player at this moment because I was a serious number 7. But again, the same thing Yanda is talking about, that you have to be good in your academics. So nikaachilia mambo ya uwanja, nikarudi academics. But all said and done, look at what this principal is doing. All those players we are naming are big names. Lennox Kariuki, I think he's been starring for Kariobangi Sharks. Look at Tyrone Kariuki. All his products. Anasema kwamba he has a very long history with Beldino Demba way back in 2009 from Kangema High School. I think most of us did not know Beldin by 2009, but he saw that there is a potential coach in Beldin. And look, they are speaking the same language, that it's not about winning, it's about nurturing. And what he's doing, you can clearly see in 2022, Highway 1 went to Arusha and walimaliza namba 2 behind Uganda. And I think Uganda are being favored by the education system, so that watoto wenye wanaenda mpaka form 6 unakuta bado wanacheza school games na watoto wetu wa form 4.
Very unfair.
It's very unfair. So that's why Uganda has been dominating the East African school games. And I asked him why last year mbona Highway haikuperform vizuri, akaniambia 4 of his critical players walikuwa na injuries. And that's why they were knocked out by Dagoretti High School. And hata ukiangalia even mental health experts wanakuambia extracurricular activities is a therapy. So you cannot be good in class and ignore co-curricular activities. They go hand in hand. And I believe this is the spirit that we really need to inject into our high schools, so that, yes, we bring up students who are sharp in class, but at the same time
doing well in
extracurricular activities.
Olunga.
And of course...
Like Olunga, engineer.
Of course, and AFCON is still big, as we said, in Ivory Coast. From 32 teams, it's narrowed down to 16, then 8, and now we have the best